I think I'm about to do something that I swore I would never do. I'm about to compliment the Gen 8 games. I'm a 25-year-old man. I own the fact that I might not be Pokemon's target audience anymore, but I find it near impossible to find many redeeming factors about Sword and Shield. Now, they aren't the worst generation ever. I won't name any names. Let's just say they start with the letter after X and the letter before Y. If Generation 8 did anything right, it was the max raid battles. An awesome game mode that would allow you to team up with friends to take down a damaged sponge of a raid boss. I'll always have some level of nostalgia for when I first got my copy of Shield and sat up with my roommates battling raids hosted by random people online. It's a fun game mode and very straightforward. Take turns doing damage until the big boy's dead, and you win. 3 KOs for your team, and you lose. And after winning, you'll get the chance to catch the Pokemon and some pretty sweet rewards. So why not bring it back for Pokemon's next generation, Scarlet and Violet? Oh dear God! This right here is not the same. Tera raid battles are a slog to get through, and where in Sword and Shield I would actively seek out raids, in these games I frequently avoid them. Game Freak forgoed the turn-based mechanic for a timer that is constantly running, and I hate it. If you're raiding online with a bad enough connection, you could be unlucky enough to withstand 5 boss moves before you even get a chance to attack. And don't even get me started on the health bar that will straight up lie to you. However, similar to max raid battles, Tera raids also provide some pretty great rewards, including XP candies, which is the topic of the video. How much XP can you get from completing every single Tera raid on the map? Every day on Scarlet and Violet, the world map will refresh and spawn new Tera raids all over, with the difficulty spanning from 1 to 5 stars, with an exclusive 6-star raid also spawning. The difficulty will determine how many rewards you receive, with the 5-star giving the best rewards like XL candies and the sparsely found Herba Mystica. So given my current journey for a full level 100 living dex, I figured why not see if I can knock out a chunk of levels through raiding alone, and maybe even grind out a couple Herba Mysticas for a future hunt. For anyone who doesn't know how Pokemon experience points work, the amount of XP a Pokemon needs to reach level 100 and how fast they level up is determined by their experience growth type. The lowest XP group, Erratic, requires only 600,000 experience for level 100, but due to their experience gain formula, can actually feel slower to level at times. Meanwhile, the highest XP group, Fluctuating, requires a massive 1.6 million experience to reach level 100. But XP growth doesn't matter too much to us today. All we care about is, does our total number of XP candies added together equal more than the Pokemon's XP cap? Plus, I'm sure we'll find a handful of rare candies along the way to help finish up some of the higher levels. Speaking of XP candies, they also come in different sizes. Extra small gives 100 XP, small gives 800, medium gives 3000, large gives 10,000, and extra large gives a whopping 30,000 experience points. So with some quick math, it's pretty easy to see that with enough candies, it shouldn't be too hard to take a Pokemon from level 1 to 100. Plus, I don't even care about that. My plan is to catch Pokemon at their highest appearing level in the wild, making the candy requirement even lower. But for math's sake, we're gonna pretend that everything will start at level 1. And with all that out of the way, there's nothing left to do but set out on the grind.
Don't be intimidated, Squidward. Try to imagine him in his underwear. Oh no, he's hot!
All in all, completing every single raid on the map took only about 4 hours and required very little focus. I don't exactly know what's considered meta for Tera raids, but my team of Belly Drum Iron Hands, Huge Power Azumarill, and Quark Drive Iron Moth were more than enough for every single raid on the map. Except the stupid 6-star raid, but I don't count those, since you basically need a specific counter to even begin to attempt them. And before I get into all the rewards I received, I do need to come clean with you guys and let you know that I messed up. Watch this clip of me completing my second to last raid, and let me know when you spot the issue. Do you see it? I beat this raid at exactly 12:01 AM. And you know what happens at 12? Well, it's a brand new day, so the entire map gets repopulated with new raids. I really wanted to get some cool footage of the map completely clear of raids, so I'm pretty bummed about that. And I swear, I only had one more raid left. So technically this video should be called something like, can you get a Pokemon to level 100 through beating every Tera raid on the map except for one? But that doesn't exactly have a nice ring to it. Finally, 65-ish raids and 4 hours of watching New Girl later, let's see what our spoils look like. We received 36 small candies, 161 medium candies, 135 large candies, 20 extra large candies, and 10 rare candies. Aside from the XP candies, we also received 6 Herba Mystica and a few bottle caps and ability patches. That makes our grand total of available XP to spend 2.4 million. I can't say that I'm blown away. It's definitely more XP than I was expecting, and with it taking 4 hours to complete, that's an average of 615,000 XP per hour. Probably one of the fastest methods to level up your Pokemon. Now to spend all this XP. First, I decided to max out 2 of my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, Rellor and its evolution Rapska. I don't know why, I just love these little fellas. Given that both of these Pokemon are in the fast EXP group, and were slightly leveled up, that left me with just under 1 million XP to spend after maxing them out. I figured since Azumarill had carried me so much through these raids, it would only be fair to capture and max out his sister. So that's it. I leveled 3 Pokemon to level 100 from clearing every Tera raid battle on the map, with 10 rare candies and some XP to spare. As I said earlier, I do think this is one of the fastest methods to grind Pokemon levels, but it's also one of the most boring. If I return to this in the future, I would probably avoid raids that are 3 stars and only stick to the 4, 5, and 6 star raids. The rewards are just way more worth the time it takes to beat them. It feels really good to finally start making progress on the level 100 living dex. I know this is an impossibly long grind, but I can't deny it's also really fun to slowly chip away at. Don't forget to come join the JMash TV Discord linked below. It's been awesome to talk with a few of you guys and brag about my horrible financial decisions. I'm really hoping to set up a trade night soon in a few weeks where we can all connect and help each other out with some trade challenges. Also, if you have any other ideas for ways to grind out some level 100 Pokemon, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to go do 8 hours worth of max raid battles to determine if Sword and Shield is more efficient for leveling. I wish I was joking.